Welcome to the show, Sports Edge World. This is another episode of the Sports Edge podcast, and I'm your host, Rodney.
Duncan, as usual.
Your boy Sean.
Yeah, and today we have an amazing, electric, captivating episode for the sports lovers out there. We are going to be doing the Premier League team of the season. So, just dive in, guys. This is going to be a really fun one. What do you guys expect for today's episode?
I think there'll be some hot takes. I know I have one hot take in my starting 11 that guys will argue about, but I'm ready to argue to the death. I'm ready to argue to the death for this guy. Yeah.
Yes, so from the commanding presences in goal to the lethal finishing to the front.
Yeah, we're going to look into that.
Generals in the middle, the passing.
Yeah.
This is going to be a nice one. So, guys, I guess we should just get started. Yeah, so how will we be doing it? From left to right, from right to left?
Let's start with you.
All right.
Left to right. You have to leave the best for last today.
Yeah, but it will be hard for you to match my thunder.
We shall. Let's see.
So between the sticks, who are you going for?
In number one, I'm definitely going for my man. I'm going for David Raya.
Yeah.
David Raya, of course, number two in the amount of assists. Number two in the amount of saves, with 12 saves this season. So I believe this is a goalkeeper who has really redefined himself to a world-class level. I don't know where you guys are, but I believe David Raya is world-class. Because the saves he makes, of course, he's a recent recipient of the Save of the Month. He already has 2 this season. That just shows you the kind of season David Raya has been.
So he just looks for highlights, eh?
Everything.
Is that Ora match?
After Ederson, he's the second best on the ball in the Premier League.
Okay.
Go as far as that.
Okay, that's a nice
Raya is a fraud. That guy dies before penalties are taken. I know he's a fraudulent. He's a fraudulent man. So
fraudulent,
but that would be an honorable mention for me. Like in all honesty, yeah.
All right.
Expected from an Arsenal.
Arsenal fan. Yeah.
I raise you Marcel.
Yeah.
Nottingham
Not much
season,
to argue there.
Having quite a season.
13 clean sheets.
Most
at
clean
this point.
sheets, yeah.
70% save rate. So he has done it all for Forest, and given the expectations for Forest, most of us would have pegged them to go back this season. From the previous season, they really didn't do well, but
Forest has been, I think it has been the shock of the season.
yeah.
Oh yeah. But they've been really
Nuno has
defensive,
really
you know.
transformed.
Nuno's
manager of the season for me.
Yeah.
Nunan is back, he's back 3 and now
But
he
if you look
keeps
at the
it.
table, they are starting to drop. I think they're in 5th now.
Yeah.
He's
Very
7th
shocking.
actually, 7th. After our win yesterday, by the way, they dropped to like 7th, and Aston Villa is ahead of them. So it's really tight for those 5
really
spots.
tight. It's really
It's
tight.
going to be thick.
They're level on points with.
So Matt Sells, I believe, is having himself quite a season.
Yeah.
Quite a season. It's going to be a tough race for that golden glove.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's still up for grabs.
Yeah, which is actually still up
Sure.
for grabs.
Who do you have for us?
Me, I would
Who is
actually
that
pick.
man taking
I'd
it?
actually pick Alisson. Coming to look at the stats properly, I'll pick Alisson because guys forget Alisson because he did not start. He did not start the season, right? Because like he has only played like 23 games compared to these other guys, and he has 10 assists in his 23. So that's the best clean sheet to game ratio of all these other keepers, and also he has the highest save percentage in the league, by the way. So he's really good, by the way, and I think he has actually helped Liverpool really get over a line because they no longer score that much, by the way. They score like 1-2 goals. They are no longer banging as much as they were at the beginning of the league. So having Alisson there just solidifies their difference even more.
I could say as well something that takes away from his season. It's those injuries. So
yeah, and he has been battling
games,
with
injuries.
Yeah. And also Kela is a nice second option.
Not a bad number 2.
Yeah, not a bad.
Number 2.
That man should be on his own team. Anyway, we shall not go so long.
Yeah, but I'll leave the rest as my honorable mentions. But yeah, Alisson for me has really been the guy. Actually, if you look at the stats, I think he has been the best keeper.
Arguably,
Yeah,
but
maybe
Your
a lucky
Alisson
hot
shot.
take, but yeah,
Alisson is
if
this
you
guy
actually look at the stats, man, I think it's just a
shifting.
few clean sheets behind these other guys. It has played like 10 games less, so yeah.
Numbers talk.
Yeah.
Numbers talk.
Right back.
Shifting to the guys who stop the goals from entering, the other guys who make the goalkeepers' jobs look easy, yet they're actually not easy.
The defenders.
My right back, of course, quite a controversial one. But I have to go with Urian Timber. This is just because of how solid this guy has been. This guy came back from an ACL injury last year and he's been just one of the best, I think one of the most solid defenders in Europe right now.
Yeah.
We could say the way he locked up Vinicius in the Champions League game that Arsenal had, but he has done this in the league. He has done this against the best wingers in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, fair
Every
shout.
time he's on pitch, Timber is a tough pepper. He's not an easy one to go by, and he's good up front. He's a ball-playing defender. He knows how to find his pass. He's been doing quite well, filling in for Ben White in that role. So he has quite a good cross on him.
Yeah.
So I would say Timber this season has been one of the most solid backs. He would be my right back for
Yeah.
the
Okay.
season.
Yeah.
That's
Fair
quite
enough.
a nice one.
Fair enough.
I would say you guys start Timber from us, but that's a conversation for another time. Mine would be Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Oh,
I'm a red guy, United, but Trent, man, on his day, 7 assists already, 3 goals.
yeah, we're used to him having actually higher numbers. In
Yeah.
assists by
I mean, there's no
this
arguing
season.
what he brings up front in the pitch
Yeah,
for
his
sure.
qualities.
I
Just
mean, there
on
may
the
be
ball,
some
his
question marks on
qualities.
like on a proper 1v1 if you have a proper 1v1.
As all players do.
But yeah, I would
Yeah.
I would give him his flowers. I'd give him his flowers, no
Yeah,
cap.
he's one for the eye.
Yeah. The guy has a wicked right foot. I give him that.
Yeah, one of the sweetest right-footed.
Yeah, may I go
in
with
history, I would say.
I'd go with Ola Aina at right back because I feel that guy has had a very solid season. Actually, he has had a really good leap this season compared to his performances last season. I think he has been really solid at the back, even locking down wingers. I feel he has done a really good job. May not offer so much. Okay, actually he has a couple of goals this season, yeah, and like an assist.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I wouldn't say he's as like a trend. He's not a trend. He's not going to do what trend does, but he will lock down that wing. I will be tight on that wing. He also has the pace on it. So
Ola
I think he has had a
Aina,
very solid.
Yeah,
I think he has had a
he's
very
good
solid
He's had a good
season.
He
And
had a
even in
very good
FPL, you know,
December,
guys who
a
play
very good
FPL,
January.
man, like yours versus
But-
that had been a solid pick all season.
I just
in your
believe
team.
his level kind of dropped up during the end of the season.
Yeah.
As for
But
Forest
you could say that
players.
for like the whole Nottingham Forest team. I feel like
Forest
they've kind
really
of
has
dropped.
put in a shift.
Like but now like these last few games, you could say they've kind of dropped. So,
All right,
but I'll still
moving
pick
in-
him.
Moving into our centre backs, of course, we have to go with this position. Some are very clear. I would feel like
Yeah.
some are really clear.
Some
All of
obvious
us would
choices out
allow,
there.
but everyone has to have their take on this show,
Definitely.
and everyone has to defend their take.
Yeah.
So I'll go first.
Yeah.
Number 1 on my centre back list, of course, I'll have the golden pick. I would say I'm taking the man himself, Virgil van Dijk. Solid player,
Mr. Ora.
one of the players of the season. He's really doing it big for Liverpool. I'm talking about defending. I'm talking about scoring those crucial last game winners. Van Dijk has done it all this season. Of course, this season he has already amassed 14 clean sheets, and that's the highest among all keepers and defenders in the Premier League. Of course, Mr. Ora himself, he's just been defending at another world-class level. We really ask ourselves,
As an
how
Ora
long
farmer also.
is he
Man.
going to keep doing this? How long is it? And of
Man,
course,
but Van Dijk has always
signed
been
another
solid. Man.
contract
Yeah,
with
that's-
Liverpool,
yeah.
so
Has gutted on
more
that.
headache for Premier League attackers.
And he will
My-
lift that trophy in just a few days from now.
My other centre back option, my second centre back option, of course, I have to go with the man. He has been a revolution for a team that has really done it big this season. I'm talking about Nottingham Forest, and the man at the centre of it all, Nikola Milenkovic. What a player
Hot take.
from Fiorentina.
He reminds me
Nikola-
of Vidic.
He's been, oh my God. Anyone who's been watching Forest games knows There's Milenkovic.
Okay, I
there's
know he's
Murillo.
solid. I know he's solid. Yeah.
So
But I thought
you
Murillo
go-
would be a better pick.
No. What Milinkovic has done with the goals he contributed, of course, Man U fans know him for that goal that he scored against them.
Yeah.
He had himself quite a beautiful September. One of the nominees for Player of the Month for September. I mean, like, Milenkovic has been on another level
Yeah,
this
that's
season.
a solid pairing. That's a solid pairing.
Solid pairing.
I
Yeah.
raise
So
you
Duncan, who do you have?
William Saliba and Ibo Konate.
Mr.
Yeah.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah, I can agree with you with the
Two
Saliba.
solid
For a
Frenchmen.
French partnership.
French partnership. Very good on the ball. And
Alright.
clean sheets. We've already been saying that team starts here. So you guys already know. And these guys are always on the ball for their teams. Those last ditch tackles, they're there. They're there to cover the whole
Yeah.
team. That's a big man you want in your team.
Yeah,
And they
for
have
sure.
two of them. So I don't know what Sean.
That's quite,
No, I would agree with you on.
quite a FIFA
I would agree with you on.
domination.
I would agree.
Very
I would
fast,
agree with you
very
on
fast.
Saliba. I would agree with you on Saliba. Simply
Konate-
because to me, I feel the best two centre back pairing in the league is Saliba and Gabriel. I would have to. That's the best pairing. They've considered the least goals in the league, right?
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that they are the
They're like
best
about
two.
29. So I think these guys are actually, and even last season they were the same pairing, right? And Arsenal, I think, considered those are the least
Yeah,
goals.
last season they took both.
Yeah,
the
they have been a
spots.
very solid CB pairing, man.
This is
Guys rarely even score Arsenal,
Why I
man.
can't say they've been that solid.
They were so solid
barely
against
played
Real.
enough games together.
These guys,
Gabriel is either off.
these guys were so
Or-
solid. I'm actually even against Real, man. Gabriel wasn't even there.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I'm saying.
But still, these guys kept out Madrid. In fact, the only goal Madrid
Saliba
had, they
knocked
gave it out.
down.
Saliba was like, okay, you know what? I'll give you guys one goal. So I have your one goal. But like, as these Madrid guys had actually failed to score for like one.
So back to the
The
Premier League
180
show.
minutes.
Who are you
So
taking?
I would take Saliba and Gabriel as my best centre back pairing for sure. And that has been the best centre back pairing. I'm an Arsenal hater, but I can agree that has been the best CB pairing in the league for the past 2 seasons.
So
And it's unfortunate Gabriel got missed, but it's also good because, man, I don't want Arsenal to win Champions League.
Let's-
So better for us.
let's
better
keep,
for
let's
us.
keep it on your side, right? You
Yeah.
give us the left back then.
So the left back, man, left back I also have to go with Anthony Robinson, man. I have to go with Anthony Robinson, man.
Yeah.
I have to go with
That
Anthony
is
Robinson
fantasy.
because, man, I think that has been the best left back, like, undeniably. Honorable mention Kukurea, especially after the second half of the season. The guy's been carrying Chelsea in a number of games this season, but I think Anthony Robinson just edges him a bit in terms of that position there. I think, Robinson would be the guy.
I would say Milos Kekes takes it for me.
Oh,
the
the
way
Bournemouth guy.
he has taken that position
Oh,
by
okay.
storm. Those
That's a
deep
lovely
crosses,
take. That's a lovely take.
burst of runs. He's up there this season. That's why everyone wants him. 40 million clause. I'm sure in the summer all of us will be in for him.
Mm.
Definitely.
That's an interesting one to watch
Yeah,
out
yeah,
for.
interesting one too.
I don't know
And he
who
can
you
whip in
tell
free
me.
kicks, right? I think he has whipped in.
Yeah, he's one who has.
He has a wicked
beautiful
left, right?
technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful technique. I have to go with.
That's a solid pick.
Actually, Sean had actually mentioned him, and he's my take. I have to go for Marco Cucurella. Cucurella has been really brilliant this season.
Yeah, it's been
Chelsea has
solid.
actually had itself a brilliant defense, and he has been the one solid in that defense. They have been switching defensive partnerships, injuries. Cucurella has played
Almost
he has
all
played
the games.
all the games
Yeah,
this
almost.
season. So
He's always there.
for me, Marco Cucurella has been having himself a quite solid season, carrying Chelsea throughout these
Yeah,
last games.
I think so too.
So I believe Cucurella should be taking that left back spot.
Mm.
He's been a quite decent player, quite decent.
Yeah.
And I would say we are in a league that's not that blessed with left backs. I would,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
just leave that at that.
Yeah, that left wing is actually lacking in the league these days.
Going into the middle of the park,
Middle of the park.
who do we have running the engines? of
So
this
we
team?
name like 2 CMs.
Yeah.
You can
Just
call
like
your
two.
pair.
Just
Oh, wait.
just do all your three.
Our
Just do all your
midfield
three.
combination.
I think Duncan, you'll start with all your three.
All your 3 midfielders.
I could go. Mine is bit of a more technical 3.
Okay.
So Ryan
Okay.
Gravenberch in the 6. Beautiful season with Liverpool this season.
Amazing season. Gravenberch is-
Outstanding in the position.
Wow.
On the turn, half turn, he's good on the tackle, positioning, driving. He can do it all.
Can do it.
Second most interceptions in the league.
Yeah.
Also, he's very solid there, and he has that quick turn. He has just incredible
Quick turns off
to
the
evade the
pace.
press. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So then I would pair him with Bruno Fernandes.
Some Man U
I know
bias
you
there.
guys
What?
are going to say all what you want, but 10 goals, 8 assists this season, it's not something small.
Where's the
And
better numbers from you?
yeah, given United woes right now, if I can call it that, he's been the GM, the Lamborghini.
He's been there
in
shining
Islam.
light in such a dark
Yeah.
season.
The one-eyed man.
When my man master blind.
So that would be the 2, and in the 10, I would play Morgan Rogers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quite
okay.
a
Yeah,
controversial
interesting.
Yeah.
one.
That's-
Interesting.
Morgan Rogers has been having himself quite the season.
If
Yeah,
it
this has
Morgan
been his-
Rogers this
yeah.
season.
Is that player?
Yeah.
It just reminds me of like how Adama was, but Adama with like more ambition.
Yeah.
Not like the
Adama-
speed,
Adama
but
was
like-
more
you know,
physicality
he's
of
so
how-
strong to
yeah.
move from the ball.
Yeah.
He's fast, like his acceleration is so fast.
Once he
I
starts
think Morgan
driving,
Rogers has a better understanding of the game. I think for him it's not just about running and
in terms
crossing.
of ball carrying,
But
and ball
yeah,
carrying
but
in
ball
the
carrying,
Premier
yes,
League right
yes.
now,
Ball
Top three
carrying,
right
yes,
now,
yeah.
for me, Morgan Rogers has just been that kind of
Mm.
player. Of course, he dismantled Man City. I believe
Another
that's one of
City
his
Yeah.
beauty. Of course,
kid.
from the City Academy.
Yeah.
So just amazing,
So-
amazing
Mm.
player. That
So-
That's my midfield 3. I don't know if you guys can
So-
raise me.
So, man, I know there'll be some overlapping here, but Gravenberch just has to be on my team, man. Like, he has had a stellar season. Man. I just have to put him on. And then I'll go with my boy Caicedo, because I feel, man, he has had the most consistent. I feel like he has been our most consistent player throughout the whole season. And man, the fact that we fell off, guys don't really realize that this is still the guy holding it together, man. If you just watch one Chelsea game, you know what I'm talking about. And I'll go with my boy called Palmer. Even if he lost form, man. Guys are talking about how he's a one-season wonder and everything, but the guy still has 14 goals, 8 assists this season. Yes, he had a drought, man. Everyone has a drought, but man, can't rule out the stuff he did at the beginning of the season, man. And he scored crazy goals, man, including that match where he had 4 in one game, man. There's some players that have no hat tricks. I can name some of your legends, but man, this guy has done it even twice. So man,
has a hat trick.
Okay.
but then Madueke it with my team of the season. But man, Palmer is still to me I think he's still the best central attacking midfielder in the league right now. Yeah.
I think I'll go with mine. I think I'll start with what Sean said because he mentioned Caicedo. It's only by right that I also have to put in He wasn't in my team, but because Sean said Caicedo, I was like, I have to put in Declan Rice into
The Rice fluker. That man fluked 2 free kicks.
Just
But
to
we'll
be-
give him that. They were
Just to
hard.
be in
They
the
were
pot
hard.
with another
Every dog has its
100
day.
million pound center defensive midfielder. But I would feel like Rice has had himself quite a lovely
Okay,
season.
yeah. Minus the hate.
Quite a lovely
He has
season.
been.
I mean, with
He has
the
been
corners,
solid.
He's one of the reasons why Arsenal got to be called Set Piece FC because this was at the Rice is deliveries. Rice Saka. I mean, Rice has been
Clutch.
so good this season. He was leading the league in big chances created. I mean, more than Mo Salah, more than Bruno Fernandes, but Declan Rice leading the league in 2025 in big chances created. So that's how pivotal and key Rice has been. He's been elevating his level and his game every season. Second season in Arsenal, and you already see the change of a player who you could have said is not world class, but even right now he is tending to be world class.
I thought you were about to say. I thought you were.
World class.
Okay.
Of what he showed
Okay.
against Real
Okay.
Madrid, I would say that was his I am him moment. So for me, Declan Rice, that's going to be my guy.
Okay.
Yeah, but Caicedo is better than him.
Pairing him with the man himself, I'm talking about Yuri Tillemans.
Yeah.
Yuri Tillemans
okay.
has been the system for the NBA
He has been
fans
hot.
there.
He has been hot.
Maestro.
He has
The
been hot
NBA
of
fans,
late.
James Harden said he was the system. Yuri Tillemans is the system in Aston Villa. He's been running the team. He's been making it tick, and he's the reason why Aston Villa has been looking this good in the league. Of course, just a master of his own time. He runs the game at his own pace.
Yeah. Dominant.
58 key passes so far. That's number 7 in the league. 221 progressive passes. That's number 5. So as you can see, his passing stats and his creativity stats are really up there with the best of the best. So for me, Yuri Tillemans and my other pick will be very controversial, but playing up number 10, I'll go with Mikkel Damsgaard.
That
He's
is
been having
such a hot take,
wonder
bro.
season.
That is the hottest take of the show so
Danish
far.
wonder kid. I
But
mean,
but his power is 8. He's 8. He's 8.
capable of turning the game
He's
with
8.
one pass.
He's
I
8.
saw him against Brentford Arsenal and I was like, wow.
Yeah, he's
There's
so
a
good.
pass he made to switch up the wing and I'm like, that looks so easy.
Yeah.
But no other player could have seen that.
He makes it so easy.
Now,
Other stats are
of all the
saying it for
midfielders
himself.
were mentioned, guess what's the most GA? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's all about the
Palmer is
GS.
a stats matcher.
No, but if you're a CAM,
Bring your boy.
if you're CAM, you're meant to create.
Your boy has
And I bet you,
goal
I bet
contribution.
you he's in top 2 most chances created in the league.
Come on, man.
Nah.
In
I
12
bet you
games,
that,
he has 2 goal contributions. This is a man
I
you want to
mean,
bring.
Form is temporary.
And
Class
that-
is
that-
permanent.
That forms up my final 3 with Damsgaard, of course, already 10 assists this season. Not a bad one. Rice,
Yeah.
Double
fair
figures in
shout.
assists is really
Rice
nice.
there. in
My
number
honorable
6,
mentions will
Tillemans
probably
in
be
8.
maybe
Quite-
like Race. Minus 8 has been solid.
Yeah.
Honorable
7
mention.
assists
But he died enter my top.
I
my
would say
3
my
guys, yeah.
midfield crush is all yours, but that's
But yeah, we'll leave. That's for the viewers to
The
decide
viewers
anyway.
can
give us
So
their views.
anyway, the
And so
forwards
up
now.
front, I
Forwards
guess
now.
we shall all talk about Salah in the end.
Yeah.
Worship out the season he has had because
I think that's everyone's
due.
pick here.
He's due. So maybe you guys will give us your other options up front. I will go first with my front 3. Of course, the undisputed Salah, the player of the season for me. That's number 1. And the other one is the man from Africa himself, the bald-headed mercenary, Brian Mbeumo.
The Cameroonian
Wow.
mercenary.
Wow. What a season Mbeumo is having for
Yeah.
himself. 18 goals already.
Crazy.
The
Brace on
man
the
is
weekend.
looking at 20 goals this season.
Yeah.
Will he break the 20-goal mark? Of course, we'll just have to wait for the end of the season. But with the way Brentford is playing, with the way Mbeumo is playing,
That combination with Wissa.
Wissa and Mbeumo,
Yeah, those 2 African kings are
bald-headed
balling it out.
those, oh my God, they have been so brilliant. So I would say Mbeumo for me has to make my team. He will be on the left wing, causing danger and havoc. Of course, this season he is not just a very greedy player. He has 63 key passes, so that just shows you how creative he is. So for me, Brian Mbeumo, actually, I'm looking at a replacement, trying to get a left winger. I would say Brian Mbeumo for me would help. I'm going with my other option, the man in strike, the man himself who many of you have written off, Erling
Haaland.
Haaland. I will always say it, sports agency has me, I'll always back Haaland. And I know, for me, among the number 9s in the league, this is the number 1 guy. 21 goals and he's having a bad season. Those are the levels that Haaland has made for himself. Number 2 in expected goals. Come on.
Okay.
Interesting. The white men were terrific, but the middle there, nah. I raise you. Obviously, Salah takes the right wing. Yeah, everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone takes.
The
everyone knows
striker,
Salah
I'll
is
go
right.
for Alexander Isak. You can't tell me a striker that has been harder than this guy this season. Off
I
the
can't argue
spin,
with that.
clinical in the box, he can manufacture a goal on his own. Going on the wing and just dribbling guys, bending it. He's so good on the assist. What can he do? Arsenal. That's why Arsenal is really on his heels, and hopefully they don't get him. But yeah,
Oh, things will change. Things will change.
almost reaching 20 goals this season.
Yeah, and he will reach
He's on
them.
17
He will reach
right
them.
now, so exemplifies the way he plays and why everyone is really quoting him. The next guy would be Chris Wood. Chris Nottingham Forest this season can't be where
The dark
it is
horse.
without
Chris
Chris
Wood.
Wood.
Wow.
He
wow.
looks like R9.
Maybe a stretch, but maybe that's a stretch, but yeah.
Without the skills. but generally
Chris
his
Wood, oh my
ball
God.
this season, 12
Chris Wood has
goals,
been brilliant.
3 assists.
Yeah.
He has been
He has
brilliant.
got that injury that sidelined him for a while, but at least you see where Forest is.
I think in the months of like January, February, he was an
Red
asset to have
hot,
in your fantasy
red
team.
hot, target man and the finisher. So
So you'll be going for the 4-4-2?
yeah,
Yeah.
4-4-2.
All right.
So, man, I wouldn't really argue with the Isak thing because, man, I really thought of any other striker this season, man. But that's the guy. Like, to be honest, man, he has been so
Erling
hot.
Haaland, more goals than all
I
the
mean,
strikers.
Man, Isak to me is just a more entertaining player because, man,
can't take your
you
goals.
dribble and what. I mean, man, Haaland will always be he will always be supplied by incredible players around him, man.
Yeah,
Isak is there doing it for himself.
In
So,
Newcastle.
so I would pick Isak and Cunha. I can't believe you guys did not even think of Cunha in your list, but like Cunha,
That's why he's
I'll
on
just throw him on the left wing because, man, I know he can whip them in, and man, he has really been good for Wolves. One of the main reasons why they are still up and they survived relegation. So Cunha for sure. And yeah, right wing versus everyone knows Mo Salah, and that's obviously
Let's talk about how brilliant Mo Salah has been this season.
Yo,
I think he's having the best season statistically in Premier League history.
it's just crazy.
season
It's
in
just
his
crazy
life.
because, man, 45 GA,
27
goals, 18
18
assists.
assists.
I mean, and we still have like 5 games left in the league.
He could actually have a 30
If he gets
season.
2 more assists, that's
2 more assists.
Yeah, but undeniably,
but
but PFA player of the season for sure. Yeah,
hands
For sure.
and hands
hands
down.
down.
Yeah, hands down.
Taking
Egyptian
the
king.
France player, the
Yeah.
PFA, everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's it from us. It's been another amazing show. Of course, you the fans will make your
Yeah.
request, make your picks. Could it be my picks?
Yeah.
Could it be Duncan's picks?
Yeah.
Or could it be
Yeah,
Sean's
tell us
picks?
what the best team.
Tell us what the best starting 11 and the one that you would choose.
Stay tuned for more episodes where the passion meets the sports edge. Thank you for watching.
Right.
Thank you for watching.
Peace out.